is Iron Trader. It is Thursday morning. So we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, crude oil, and natural gas. But first of all, then we're going to take a look here at the NQ, which is the NASDAQ. And then we're going to take a look here at a couple stocks that are having earnings here after the close today, which is Google and Intel. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have the old Bitcoin. Now, I just want to show you how, when you trade the charts, how dead on they are. I've been pointing out this 21-day here on the weekly. Now, you can see where it popped up a little bit above it, but so far, we are right below it again at that 93,440 level, okay? This here is going to be the next level right here is going to be that 93,184, okay? So yesterday we got as high as that 94,745, but you notice that we couldn't hold it as of so far, okay? But again, it's very, very early, okay? So what we're looking for by Friday, which is just tomorrow, is we need to get a close above that 93,439 level, and then we can start hitting the other targets on the upside, okay? So then what we'd be looking for, yesterday's high, that 94,745, okay? And then we're going to come right over top of this candle here. You're looking at 95,705, okay? Then we'll come over top of this candle. You're looking at 96,625. We'll come up here. You're looking at 98,990, and then we just bring this price channel across here, and then we're looking at that 99,765 level. Okay, so there's a lot of big upside here, but remember, just one level at a time. Now, as I say, I pointed out on this chart, we had a left shoulder ahead with a double bottom, and then we had this right shoulder, and then we were breaking out. Now, again, if this can have a little pullback, a little consolidation, and rip back up here, if we flip this head and shoulders out over, you're going to get about the 105 area, okay? So, you know, you have a lot of good upside situation going, okay? So here on the downside, we want to watch, obviously, today's low. Okay, you're watching at that 91,785 level here. Okay, and then what the big test is going to be right here. If it comes down to this level, it's going to be that 80-20, because that was your breakout. Okay, see, that's your midline, and that was your breakout situation. Now, look at this 8-day. Across the 21-day, nice. Across the 50-day, nice. Okay, so this is the big upscream. So this could come all the way down, but as long as this 8-day is holding, we have a sideways to up kind of market here. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Now, again, the market is overall is coming off here. Let's see, the NASDAQ's down about 96. No big deal, but let's just see how it all shakes out way early in the old day, okay? And remember, this is basically a trader's market. It's a news-based market. Whatever comes out, you know, that's going to be the key, okay? So basically, again, what we're watching here is we wouldn't really want to close back above this 93,184. That's that 100-day, and we'd like to close above this key level here, this 93,439 level, very, very nicely. Now, when you look at your RSI here, yeah, a little pullback today, but you're sitting at 60. You got plenty of room to go to the upside. Your green over your red, that shows good momentum to the positive, the upside. So just watch this 8-day, okay? As that keeps right on creeping up here, that can provide a lot of good support level, okay, on the way up, okay? So that's just what we're looking for. And then what you always want to do is watch yesterday's high. That's the key, that 94,745. If we get above here, then we just follow the candles all the way on up nicely. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have the crude oil. Now, again, we had this bottoming tail. We had this consolidation. Now, yesterday, okay, where did it go? Boom, right into the 21-day, okay, just like I was pointing out. Now, today here, we're sitting right at that 8-day simple moving average. We have an inside day. Basically means your high and low is the inside of the previous day's high and low. Now, again, remember, May 1st, that's just next week, OPEC is going to start putting a lot more oil on the oil market here. So you're going to need some kind of a catalyst. However, we had yesterday on that EIA report, you had a huge draw in gasoline, okay? And what makes gasoline? Well, we got to have the oil, okay? So we got summer driving coming into the whole effect here. And then as it carries on through, you have hurricane season going on into September. Bad for people, good for crude oil and natural gas. Okay, so what we're looking at here today is, let's take a look at the downside. We're watching today's low, that's at 62.11, and then we're going to go watch yesterday's candle at 61.53 level. That's going to be very, very critical, okay? Now, if that's lost, we'll come right to the bottom, looking at 60.88, and we'll come down here, looking at 60.44 level, okay? And then we'll just follow the candles down, 59.43, 58.76, 57.88, and your big retest down here at 55.12. But right now here, this is still looking very, very strong. We just have this sideways trading action. Okay, on the upside, what we're looking for, this big target is going to be the 64.55 level. Okay, now again, if we can get above that, then what we want to do is look to the target here is going to be this 65.22 level. That's going to be very, very key. And then obviously we can just follow the candle down here. You got 66.09, and then we'd be looking for that 50-day at 67.02. But let's just see how this all shakes out. But right now, this is just a trader's market. This is not a buy and hold. I'm going to take this up to $70, $80 here. I don't see it. You got so much resistance unless there's something that would happen. A war breaks out, something kind of a catalyst that would propel it up. But right now, I just see a sideways action, okay? Because everything's all lined up for you nice. The 21-day, 50-day, 100-day, 200-day, and then the big retest up here at that 72.28 level, okay? So everything gets lined up very, very nicely. So realistically, just watch this 8-day. That's going to be very, very key. Now, when we look at a weekly chart here, well, you can see here how strong that 8-day is. That 65.24 lines up pretty nice here with this 65.22 level, okay? So right now, you have to get and close above that. If you can't, then it's just not gonna go higher. So when we look at it like a pattern like this, okay, see where we had this red candle, then we had this green up. See, that's a perfect bear flag situation. And then what happened? Boom, she screamed right lower. Okay, so right now on a weekly basis, which would be tomorrow, that 65.24 is going to be a very, very key player. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. We're hanging right around that 3 level. Okay, so we got yesterday, we got as low here, now a recent low here is a 2.95 low. So what we want to do here by Friday is we want to really hold that 3 flat. Okay, that's going to be key. If that's going to be lost, then what we're going to do is we're going to come right to the bottom of that candle there. You're looking at 283, that's your next target, and then we have your 100-day sitting at 2.74. Okay, so that's basically your downside targets in the short term. Now again, this can go much, much lower here. I mean, you can figure that can go 2.51. We can come all the way down here to 2.21 very, very easily. Okay, but let's just give this the benefit of the doubt, this 50-day and that 100 SMA. Now, here on the upside, well, you can see here how this, the 8-day and the 21-day, just an absolute waterfall. Okay, so when that price gets below that, I always say sideways to down. And look how strong that 8-day is, where everything went right in it and you just couldn't get above. Now, look how small these candles are getting. Okay, so that shows like there's really no trades in here. Yesterday, I mean, there was no trade there. There's no movement. There's nothing. Okay. So what we're looking for here on the upside is to get back above that 306 level. That's going to be key. And then we want to get back right here to that 8-day at 3.15. Now, if we have to get above this 8-day, then we can start following the candles up, and then you have a target up there at 3.57. We have your 100-day at 3.69 and then 3.86. But right now, there's just nothing here. Remember, natural gas right now is in the shoulder season. But if we get that LNG flowing here, if we get a real hot summer that fuels the power plants, then natural gas can take off. So don't give up on natural gas here. It's just that right now there's just really nothing here. Okay, RSI here, we're getting to that oversold condition. MACD, the green is still below the red here, and I don't really see a whole lot of movement here. You're gonna need a catalyst. Now the EIA report will be out today at 10:30. There might be a little bit of trade there. We got to see how that shakes out. Okay, let's take a look here now at the old NQ. Okay, I like this here because this is the old NASDAQ futures. And really, all these charts are the same. I'll show you that later on today. But if you look at the futures, you look at the NASDAQ, the S&P, the Dow, it's got the same chart, okay? This 21-day is an absolute killer, okay? So here's what we have. Now, yesterday, we popped right on up. You can see here a nice light, but where did it close? Okay, right below this 21-day, okay? So far today, we're holding that 8-day. Okay, we're holding 8-day, we're just below that 21-day. So these are going to be very, very key levels here on the old futures. So you got 18,751, that's going to be key. And right here is this 8-day at 18,562. That's going to be very, very crucial here on a closing basis. Now, we put a topping tail in there yesterday, and that's really not good. Now, the only way you can, dissolve that is that we have to get back above that key level at 19,165. Then we have a good shot here at running up to this level, which is that 19,383. And then we have a shot at that 19,870 level, which is your 50-day simple moving average. But now, if we start losing this 8-day, okay, which is that 18,563 level, then what we'll do is we just follow the candles down, okay? So you got 18,261 here. What we got here, you got 18,116, and then we'll come down to the bottom of this candle at 17,863, and then we'll come down here at 1770 level. Okay, so this here is going to be very, very key support level. So let's just see how this all going to shake out. Now, again, you can look at this as a big picture here. So we have the pole, and then we have this flag going here. So this could be a possible bull flag situation to rally up higher. Now, all it's going to do is take a little bit of news, okay? Just like we had the other day where Trump said he's not going to fire Powell, and look at the big rally that we got, okay? So if they start making deals on the tariffs, this could rip right back up here again. So again, this is a trader's market, but just give everything the benefit of the doubt, because you have one little turnaround, and this market will rip your face right off on the upside. Okay, so today what we just want to watch is watch that 21-day, watch that 8-day here on the NASDAQ futures. Okay, let's take a look here now at Google, and we'll take a look here at Intel. Okay, here we have the old Google and Intel daily charts. Now, again, this here, the earnings are coming out after the close today, so we got to see how that all shakes out. Now, here we have now remember, always remember one thing though, it's not the news that matters, it's the reaction to it, okay? A perfect example was Tesla. Tesla had an absolute terrible quarter, terrible year over year, and the stock rallied, okay? So always look at, the reaction, not just the news, okay? So here we go, we're right above this 21-day. So 21-day is key, okay? This is on a closing basis, 154.84, okay? Next level is 153.94. Now we do have a little gap here, okay? So if we look at the bottom of the candle of yesterday's candle, you're looking at 148.54, and then we look here at 152.19, gap and fill, okay? And then what we do is we come down to the bottom, we're looking at 148.54, and then we have 146.10, and then your big retest down here is going to be this 140.53. So we've got to see how this all shakes out. But this is the same kind of pattern, okay? See, whether you're pretty much running right to that 21-day, and then you got to get above this and get that 8-day to curl up and then blast towards that 50-day. But right now you have a downtrending chart, okay? So now we're only at 47, so this could go up or down. That's everything. Your green is over your red, shows some momentum. But take a look at yesterday's high. You're looking at 157.53. Then your next level, 159.65. And then we're going to come up here, 161.72. And then your big target is going to be that 165.14. And then we have this retest at 170.63. Then obviously 172.58. So let's just see how this all shakes out, how it trades today. Okay, that's going to be the key. And then what is going to be the reaction here after the close on the old numbers. Okay, Intel, I don't have a whole lot of confidence here in the Intel. I'd rather be like in a Google situation. Now, we just have this big sideways action, okay? It's just nothing but total chop. Now, you can see here we went into the 8-day or 21-day yesterday, but you couldn't close above it. That's the key. So 2091, that's the key. And then we're going to come down to this 100-day at 2140. And then we have 2229. And then we have that 200-day at 2276. So you got a lot of resistance here. It's going to take a big catalyst to get through all this resistance until we can get to that 2475 level here, and then maybe even a retest of that 2641 or maybe even 2755 here. But there really isn't a whole lot here. Now, we left this gap. Okay, I never like these gaps. Okay, so 2031, there's your gap. We looked at the top of that candle at 1974. Okay, so you're gapping your fill, and we have this 8-day sitting at 1963. If that's lost here, you're going to retest this 1767 level. Very, very easy. But right now, it's just an absolute chop. It's a sideways action. There really isn't like a whole lot here. Now, 48 here, you got plenty of room to the upside. This is trying to curl around, but we've got to see how this is all going to shake out here. So I always just want to point it out there because the earnings are, if you're trading these, earnings are out here today after the old close. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here later today, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas, and then we'll see how everything else is trading. We'll throw something on the old board here. But again, right now, the futures are down. Oh, NASDAQ's down only like 47, 46 now here. So it's really not, it's like a nothing burger. I think everybody's waiting just for the kind of information. Okay, trade what's in front of you. Now what you want.